Hi guys, welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Listen, this is not going to be the show we anticipated it was going to be. We had got confirmation that Jonathan Morgan, the Leicester City women's manager, was going to join us tonight live for a chat. Sadly, he's not clicked on the link. He's not here. Don't know if he's having technical problems. Perhaps he is, but whatever it is, sadly, Jonathan Morgan, Leicester City manager for the women's team, is not going to be here, so you can't ask him any questions, and can't really talk too much about him. So hopefully he'll see this, and hopefully I'll give him a minute to see if he's going to join. But if he's not, feel free to get your comments in. You can talk about the Leicester City women if you'd like to me. Sadly, Jack is struggling to be here. Get well to Jack. Jack was down watching the ladies play, the women, Leicester City women play. They lost away at West Ham. That was on Sunday. They've had a bit of a tricky start to the season. They've played 3 in the WSL and lost 3. They lost away at Aston Villa 2-1, lost at home to Man United 3-1, and then lost away at West Ham 4-0 on Sunday. So it has been a really, really tricky start for the women's football at Leicester City. 3 games, 3 defeats, 9 goals scored against them and 2 goals scored for them. They're currently in 10th place out of 12 with just Reading and Birmingham below them. They are entertaining Spurs at home at the King Power on Sunday. So by all means, if you can get down there, I believe it's a 2 o'clock kickoff at the King Power Stadium on Sunday, which will be interesting. Hayley was at the match and involved in that accident with Jack. Thanks for watching, Hayley. She says, rubbish game on Sunday, I must say. She wasn't impressed by that 4-0. Been a tough start, bit of a rude awakening for the women's football team into the top division, the WSL. It's going to be a tough season for them, but it would be lovely to have got Jack's views involved tonight, but obviously he's injured, as is Hayley. Sounds like the subs bench at Leicester City at the moment. Ross says, hope Hayley and Jack are okay. They are back home. They had to spend about 48 hours in Luton Hospital. I kid you not, honestly. They had a very nasty accident on the M1, Ross. So, also, get well, says Amanda to Jack and Hayley. Thank you, Amanda, for that. So, listen, sadly, Jonathan's not here. Leicester City women are playing away tomorrow night in the FA Cup, the Vitality FA Cup, I believe it is, tomorrow night at Manchester City, who also haven't been having the best start to the WSL season. So that's tomorrow night's match. Of course, Thursday night, don't forget, Thursday night is the big Europa League match for Leicester City. That's the men's team. Are you going to be going to that? Let us know. How many of you have decided to go? I've got to be honest, because of all the faffing around and we're trying to run a business and all that, I've sadly not managed to decide to go to this one. It all just came out too late, so I had to take the business decision not to go as a fan. I'm absolutely gutted because I've been to Walsall before. It's an absolutely fantastic city. Tip to all Leicester fans, make sure you stick in the touristy areas of Walsall. Like any big city, there are some places you wouldn't want to visit. So I hope all Leicester fans do behave themselves and have a fantastic time in Walsall. We will be live from 5 p.m. on Thursday. We are doing a full watch along on Thursday. So I'm interested to know what your score predictions are, obviously, for as this is a WSL show. Get your score predictions in. Let me know what you think the score will be for Leicester City women away at Manchester City in the FA Cup tomorrow and in their home game against Spurs on Sunday. Jonathan Morgan has just clicked on the link. Jonathan, can you hear me? Let's see if I can.
Hear myself?
Yes, Jonathan, how are you?
I'm good. Sorry, I've come out of social media, so I didn't pick up the links, and then I had to re-download Facebook to get myself on. So it took me a while. Sorry about that.
That's all right, Jonathan. How are you doing?
Really, really good, thank you. I'm just literally about to pull over, so just give me 2 seconds.
I'm going to drop you out, Jonathan.
And I'm all yours now.
Jonathan, brilliant. Thanks for clicking in live. I was just talking about the season so far to some of the people watching. It's been a tricky start, Jonathan, for you guys. 3 games, 3 defeats. But have you found it quite a step up from last season from the Championship?
Yes and no. I think it's definitely been a step up in terms of consistency with the opposition. The quality that teams play is definitely more consistent. I think we have been very, very unlucky for, I mean, definitely, in our opinion, the Villa game we were disappointed with. United, I think, showed just that little bit more fitness than us that had an impact on our style. And when we went over the West Ham game, I mean, it was there everyone could see we just had a really bad day at the office. But, I mean, for us, the disappointing start to the season has more been down to the fact that we've not really had a fully fit squad. And it's meant we've had to be quite creative, and it's not really, a few of the gambles haven't paid off due to that, really.
I mean, it's quite a young squad you've got, Jonathan, this season, isn't it? Youth is definitely part of the mix, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think we are one of the youngest squads in the WSL. I think as a result, there's a lot of girls who, compared to the average WSL player, haven't had the experience of full-time football. And that's not just experiencing what's it like to be in the setup, but also the years that come with that in terms of the training years. Most of our girls are maybe 1 year, 2 year max on average, and that's obviously something that we're trying to address at training to help close that gap from a physicality point of view. But also being young, that they're on their own journey, that they're learning themselves, and they're also discovering things about themselves that they probably didn't know about as well since coming into the WSL. And that's obviously my job and the coach's job to hopefully try and get the best out of them.
And tomorrow night, Jonathan, it's a trip to Manchester City to play in the Vitality FA Cup. Is that a welcome break, a bit of a breather, give you a chance to maybe try some different things in a cup competition?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously it's not. This game's never ideal. We had it last year. Funny enough, we played Man City again at this stage last year, following COVID, and it's never ideal because you can't choose your whole squad. If you then sort of bring in the injuries as well, we're obviously struggling from that point of view. But I think it is a welcome change. It is a nice sort of distraction away from the league at this moment in time, and we're hoping to use this game as a springboard platform into Spurs, to have a very strong performance, just to sort of build that morale and just build the consistency now.
Yeah, and like you say, Spurs on Sunday at the King Power Stadium. What's it been like playing this season? I know you played one game last season. What's it been like playing at the King Power Stadium, Jonathan? That's obviously been an ambition, I would think.
It's been fantastic, if I'm honest. We thoroughly enjoyed the experience against United. We were just very disappointed we couldn't bring home any points for the fans because they were absolutely superb. And if I'm going to be brutally honest with how young we are, those fans are going to be absolutely massive for us at our home games this season, just to keep the girls focused and to give the girls that extra little bit of effort. Be our 12th man, as the old cliche goes. And we're hoping, obviously, when Spurs come to us on Sunday, that we can put on another show again for the fans. As what we heard is that it was very exciting and entertaining football for the people that came. But B, and most importantly, can we pick up those points, and then can we use Sunday as our sort of entrance to the WSL, so to speak?
Yeah, because obviously jumping back to the Man City game tomorrow night, Jonathan. They've not had the best start either to the season. I know they've just picked up a win, but a surprising start from Manchester City women as well this season.
Yeah, I mean, Man City are a quality team, and they've got quality players, and I don't think their form is anything to go by on them, because when it clicks to them, it will click. And I had a text exchange with Gareth today, just talking about the injuries, and we're both saying that we've never seen anything like it in terms of what we're both going through at this moment in time. So, but the difference with Man City to us is that they do have that quality and depth and that experience where players can come in and still manage these games, and have been in this sort of environment and atmosphere before. So we're obviously going in and still in that sense where we are young, we are a little bit naive still to these moments, but we will learn a lot from Man City on tomorrow night, and hopefully, like we have our game plan for tomorrow, and we recognise where we think we can hopefully hurt Man City, and again we will use that as a springboard coming into Spurs come Sunday.
Yes, because obviously you've got Spurs on Sunday, and then again another. They all tend to be big matches, Jonathan, don't they? In the WSL, it's away to Chelsea on the 10th of October. It's tricky times, isn't it, in this league? But that's what you want to be part of.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for me, we want to make sure we stay in this league first and foremost, and we do want to be a part of that. We want to be saying that every game is a tricky game, because then we know we're really in a competition and we're competing. I think adding on to that, it's more down to the fact that we have to step up our game to make sure we pick up the points and not fall foul to saying always difficult each week. But Spurs are fantastic, Chelsea are fantastic, Man City are fantastic, Arsenal, Everton, the whole shebang. They're all fantastic teams, and we just need to, like I said, we just need to keep regrouping, keep growing, guiding our players on the right path, the right journey to create a sustainable team, not just this year but for future years. Obviously, we'll obviously be bringing in hopefully some enforcements come the January window as well to help us a little bit to keep pushing on in the league. But I'm delighted that we have the opportunity to put ourselves against the best, and we have to rise to those challenges every week.
Talking of additional strength to the squad, Jonathan, I made another new signing, I believe. Now I'm going to try and say the signing's names. Luana Sajimi, is that right? Am I saying that right?
Yes, close enough. I mean, I still can't pronounce it myself. But,
Yeah.
but Luana, Lou, she's come in and she's been fantastic. She's got a great attitude, great professionalism. Just needs to catch up a little bit on the speed and the tempo of the game, but technically her techniques are fantastic. And once we get to that level of fitness, we'll have a great player on hand. And just for again another 19-year-old who's got a bright future.
Jonathan, I first met you and spoke to you outside the King Power Stadium probably 5 years ago. I know you've been manager of the women's team in its different formats since 2014, 2015. So for me personally, it's fantastic to see where you've taken that team, and you've been a massive part of that. What's it like this season with the exposure, with the BBC, with Sky Sports, with being part of it? How much has this raised the whole aspect of women's football?
Yeah, it's raised it massively, and I think when you look at where we were 5 years ago, when we first met, to where we are now, we've come on an incredible journey. Bringing the likes of Sky in, it's been phenomenal. Being a part of obviously the resources of the club that they're providing us is phenomenal as well. And we're hoping that obviously we can, like I said, keep strengthening, and we can ride this wave of women's football into the next sort of generation. But again, from our point of view, whilst the journey has been incredible, it's not finished. It's nowhere near finished yet, and we've started a new journey again this season. We just want to consolidate and keep pushing ourselves to make sure that we do the club and the city proud.
Jonathan, thanks so much for joining us. Just before I let you go, Jack, who normally hosts the WSL show for Leicester Fan TV on Tuesdays, he comes and watches you guys home and away. I know you've met him lots of times. He had a crash on the way home from the match on Sunday after watching you guys, and that's why he's not hosting it tonight. So he is watching. He says he's sorry he's not here to do it with you.
No, tell him I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope he's okay, which is the most important part. And sorry obviously it was such a bad day for him on Sunday after our loss as well. But
he said it wasn't the greatest day, a 4-0 away defeat, a long journey back, and then he's had to spend, what makes it even worse is they are okay, him and Hayley, but they had to spend about 48 hours in Luton Hospital after that, Jonathan. So he's quite pleased to be home and recovering. So, but listen, good luck to all the Leicester City women tomorrow against Spurs, and get down to the King Power Stadium on Sunday. Jonathan, it's been absolutely brilliant to have you on. I'll let you get off, get home, keep safe.
Perfect. No, thanks for that, and have a good evening, Phil. Cheers.
Thanks, Jonathan. See you soon. I'll let Jonathan go. That was absolutely brilliant. He was there joining us. He's manager of the Leicester City women. It was great to get him on. Apologies, he was slightly late, but hey, that's what happens when you're getting on these people. So well done to Jack for organising that. Well done to him and Hayley for keeping safe and getting there. Thanks for your comments. I tried to get a few of them in there to him. Don't forget, as I was saying just before Jonathan joined us, we have got a pre-match show tomorrow night at 7:30. Looking forward to the Europa trip to Warsaw. We are live at 7:30 tomorrow night. We are live on Thursday at 5 o'clock with the watch along, which will see Tom Hoger returning to the hot seat with Michael, our Mr. Swagger from the States joining him. That will be very entertaining. Then it's Reedy on live at 7:30 on Friday night, and he'll be looking back at the Europa League match, and he'll be looking forward to the trip to Crystal Palace for Leicester City on Sunday. Jamie will be live previewing that match at 9:30 a.m. on Sunday, and I'll be back on Monday. It's busy, but listen, thanks for everybody for supporting us, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.